Think carefully before you say, "I cannot do it because I'm not like that." It's your inside Muppet that is telling you that, because a new idea means a disturbing of homeostasis. And anyone who stops you to do these things is himself a Muppet, besides the Muppet inside you. When you have this personal success, you feel more yourself than when you do not. To have power in the outside world, you need to have inner strength. This means to rely on you, believe in yourself, know that you blame no one but you. To have personal power is to have a real vision on you and the world. To be honest with you, and self-esteem is essential. Whatever you do from now on, put next to that word, respect. If you do not respect yourself, you'll lose before you begin. If you believe that you don't deserve, you'll have nothing. Homeostasis will make you feel comfortable, regardless of your level of comfort, success, or whether you're a happy person or not. If you want to get from what are you now, to the person who has everything he wants, will have to endure a temporary state of discomfort, until you feel good about being another person. Our body, brain and behavior have an innate tendency to remain in the same state, between some very narrow limits, and if those limits are exceeded, it will return between those known limits. And that's a good thing most times. If the body temperature would rise, or fall, by 10%, you have very big problems. It is the same with blood sugar, and many other basic functions of your body. This state of balance, resistance to change, is called homeostasis. From bacteria, or frog, to a man, family, or large groups of people and whole cultures, homeostasis plays its role, and its laws are valid with mental states and behavior, not just physical. I said how the physical homeostasis work. Mentally, if you are used to watch television 10 hours a day, this is a condition where you feel natural. Everything else is perceived as bad and hard. Body and mind. In groups, family, society, friends, the homeostasis balance are maintained by instructions, laws, penalties, privileges, rules, gifts, favors, signs of approval and affection. A nation is held together by its culture, laws, education, sports, modeling successful people, etc. Thus, homeostasis is the function that helps the survival of things as they are now. The problem is that homeostasis makes things remain the same, even when things don't look very good. Let's say you have a family, bank debt, and feel pretty sick of your life. You work hard to sustain your family, and more than the minimum necessities you cannot afford. Now comes a documentary such as TROM. Or heard of this Venus project somehow, a project that can substantially improve your life? You say you want to have such a life, and live in such a way. You have heard that you can help this process by informing people about it, but you still say it's impossible. Although now you know that human behavior is sculpted by the environment, that people are motivated by the purpose of work, money is an invention, and that present technology is capable of producing such a system, you still find it impossible. You're afraid about this system, you will associate with New World Order, or other conspiracy theories, you're afraid for your family, you're afraid you'll lose your job, and you're continuing with negative scenarios in your mind. You feel small. You cannot find any reason for you to get involved, although not find any real reason why the system could not work. You always say that the way you act now, service and family care, is the most mature, most suitable way to act for such a situation. You finish your desire for that kind of life, Calm yourself that, if such a system is possible, others will put into practice. You have apologized and returned again, in the state you were before. Homeostasis does not distinguish between changes for the better and change for the worse. It resists any change. In any state you are now, is considered normal by your physique and psyche. This is the first problem that you encounter. If you are poor, sedentary, without success, physically and mentally broke, depressed for too long, it is considered normal, and any attempt to change will be perceived as a threat to your body and mind. The first step is understanding that it will start when the changeover occurs, to know and fight homeostasis. Be aware of how homeostasis works, and when work for change, do not let it stop you. Expect the physical and mental resistance. When the alarm starts ringing, does not mean that you are sick or dying, or it's impossible, or you're lazy, or that you were wrong by choosing to change. It is an indicator that your life is changing the way you want, the better, through your choices. Do not panic, and do not give back. As I said, you can expect resistance from family, friends, the entourage. Homeostasis applies to social group too. When you start to change, the whole system that you belong begins to change. People will often react negatively, but they don't want your harm. It's just homeostasis, and they will adapt if you persevere. Negotiate with your resistance to change. When the change starts, pay attention to pain, discontent. You have to persevere and to push forward, but be careful not to push too far. At the limit, but aware of you. Do not push forward like crazy. Negotiate with the pain. How do you react when you push the limits? Fear? Psychosomatic? Self-sabotage? Quarrels with others? None of the above. Stay tuned. Negotiate. Develop a support system. The best is to ally with people who have gone through something similar, or maybe even go with you. Homeostasis can easily be noticed in our case, the system change. I mean, if you present the people the Venus Project, a project that will change significant their life, will raise the level of comfort, will not have to obey people for something in return, and they are not even interested in this idea, clearly demonstrates their homeostasis. Again, if it shows to you a system that will change your life drastically, will improve it, and you're not even interested, no matter if this idea is a false idea or not. But if you do not even get interested, then it's your homeostasis inside you. When you do not accept a better change in your life, means that the body is fighting to maintain the current status. Present people, and I'm referring to the most people on planet Earth, are poorly informed because of the monetary system. Tend to copy others' character, and these characters are created by the monetary system itself. Tend to be obedient in front of present normality in the culture that they belong to, which leads to inability of changing the self. All people, because they are human beings, suffer of homeostasis. So, to get from point A, monetary system, to B, the Venus Project, should start to inform the world about the Venus Project, and about points 2, 3, and 4, because they represent information too. If you know that you tend to be obedient in front of present normality in the culture you belong to, you are an environment creation, or that you tend to keep your most common condition, Even if this condition is harmful to you, you will know what you are facing, and the decisions will come in accordance with this information. I know that this solution, informing the population, seems too simple to be true, but we have shown that solutions for improving the system and the individual's life exist, but they are not put into practice because of the people's ignorance and lack of tangent to reality. If you start to inform people about subjects such as those presented in this documentary and solutions like the Venus Project, you will trigger a chain reaction, and people will start to inform others. We are almost 7 billion people on this planet, and for a system like the Venus Project to be applied, we must share the same reality. Otherwise it's like we have 7 billion people living in different worlds, in different realities. Cannot get anything progressive like that. Debate, discuss, be able to improve your information already stored in the brain. This direction has already a solid start by the Zeitgeist movement. Several million people have already heard about the Venus Project, and information began to spread quickly lately. Already 47 countries have organized groups, such as informing groups about such a system based on Earth's resources, and in each such country are several chapters in various cities. The Internet allows you to express freely, take advantage of it, but remember, this move towards a society based on the Earth's resources is not a movie, not a play, it's really necessary. Concentrate to understand it.